for the
Hey, sorry, real quick. I'm trying
yep.
to do frag shit. Just 1 second. Hey, Viper 7, you guys should have a takeoff of 842, and you should also your steer point should be co-located with the strike. Can you confirm that, Styles?
Off correct. Steer point's unsure. I'll have to look at.
Okay, just sort that. Can you guys sort that out when you brief? All right, see you guys later.
See ya.
Hey, sorry, I'm back.
No problem.
Okay. All right, boys. This is Hawkeye 5. Let me start sharing my screen. Alright, this is Hawkeye 5. We're a 4-ship F-16 Bravo. That is the 2-seater version with the abbreviated fuel capacity. We have 2 370-gallon tanks, 2 GBU-15s, and 4 AIM-9 Limas. For those that are new to this theater, the AIM-9 Lima is the predecessor to an AIM-9 Mike. It's a full aspect heater. Not as good as an AIM-9 Mike and smokier, but still full aspect. We also have a centerline AN-AXQ-14, which is a data link pod that we're going to be using for video feed with the GBU-15. Our game plan, our mission is to destroy the SA-2s that are marked steer 7, 8, and 9. Secondary objective, if need be, we'll destroy the SA-2 on the target area east of steer 9. So the eastern SA-2 there, next to the airbase, next to the AAA is the airbase location. So that's our secondary objective. Threats, as briefed, there is a MiG-23 and MiG-21 squadron coming out of the airbase, and that is the primary target. There's also MiG-25s and MiG-23s with an azimuth of 045 to 060 coming out of the north-northeast. Any questions on threats or mission before we get into the game plan?
Do you want to take care of the SA-3s in the south as well, as secondary or a tertiary?
Sure, but I doubt that's gonna happen. But yeah, okay. We'll sort that out in the air after we kill the primary and the base target. Okay, and so no other questions about threats or mission before we get into game plan? Alright, so we'll get airborne, we'll go to medium altitude, we'll probably shoot for Angels 20. We'll go trail, and probably with a 1 mile separation, and then we'll depart towards steer 5, which is our push point. We'll begin our attacks from steer 6, which will be the IP for steer 8, 9, and 7. And we're going to come off right. We're going to flow southwest towards steer 5 and use the anterior antenna on the GBU-15. I'll sort the targets in a moment, but that's our general game plan. While we're flowing southwest, you know, sort of don't worry about formation, just support your weapon and make sure you get good effect on target. And then we're going to rejoin at steer 5 for reattacks, and then push to steer 6 for the IP. So, Forrest, I'll go over GBU-15 shit in a second. You should be fine, but I'll go over that in a second. Okay, so we'll go over target sorting. Let's make some precision steer points. So let's recon steer 8. And let's make that fan song steer point 15. You guys with me?
Yeah.
Force, are you squared away?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
recon steer 9, make the fan song steer 16.
Steer 9, 16.
And make the fan song at steer 7, make that steer 17. And then for the fan song that's on the airbase, let's make that steer point 18.
Okay, steer 7.
And that will...
I'm getting
caught up here 1 second.
Take your time.
17.
And that's gonna be our. Go ahead.
Got it. Okay, I'm good. I'm caught up.
All right, and then that's gonna be our targeting priority. Let me just quickly write out some fighter-to-fighter shit. Give me a second. All right, reference the Saturday BMS events channel.
Yep.
So that's going to be our fighter-to-fighter. I'll just walk through that real quick. Let me just quickly... More bullshit. Okay. Yeah, that's going to be our fighter-to-fighter. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit Steer 6, which is the IP. And then I want us to be shooter, 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 shooter. With the GBU 15. This is really important, so make sure you do this. 15-second spacing between each call sign. And the reason for that is we're both going to sort on the fan song. Like you can see the sort line. We're going to sort fan song, fan song, fan song, fan song. However, the guy in front of you could blow up the fan song first, okay? If that happens, you're going to want to guide your bomb onto a nearby set of launchers. So you need to have a 15-second separation. If you fuck that up, you're going to potentially waste your bomb. Okay? Mm-hmm. So the dippy is going to be the fan song, but you're going to have 15 seconds to see a splash, and if you see a splash on the fan song, just move the bomb to a set of launchers. That's why there's a 15-second separation. So make sure that you're not getting ahead of that.
So,
go.
So I wait until you call your bombs off, and then I just wait 15 seconds.
You just got to make sure you should be releasing your weapon 15 seconds behind me. Like I should be calling in, and then you should be calling in 15 seconds later.
Perfect.
All right. The ingress 065 to 075, use whatever you like, and then come off right and flow southwest. So imagine a right-hand hook, and then you're flowing towards tier 5, and then you're using your interior antenna to guide the bomb. That once we complete the attack and we have confirmed splash on both of those fan songs, we'll set up another attack for steer 17.
Hammer 6-4, com check.
We'll set up another attack for steer 17.
Mm-hmm. Charlie.
But I'm going to do that fighter brief when we're in the air because I don't know what the tactical situation will be. It'll probably be like cover, shooter, shooter, and we'll still use steer 6 as the IP. And we'll attack, we'll sort the same way, so we'll both sort the fan song, and then we'll come off left instead of coming off right. But I'll do that once we're in the air. But the bottom line is make sure you guys come off southwest, because if you come off north or if you come off south, if you come off north, you're likely to flow into bandits. If you come off south, you're likely to flow into Jordan. So that both of those are bad. We want to flow southwest towards friendly air defenses and make sure that the cap can support us. As far as like release parameters, you want to be like almost Mach 1, like almost borderline overspeed, and you want to be like Angels 25 or above. So fast and high, and you should get like a 20 to 21 mile loft. Oh, and the other thing is like there is an SA5 in Damascus, and it's likely to fire on us. If that happens, try to get your bomb off. It's gonna have like a 30-second time of flight, so if you're within a second or two of release, just keep it on. Release your weapon and then start defending. I know that sounds insane, but like that's what we're gonna have to do to hit these targets. So yeah. Prepare yourself. Prepare your anus. Okay. Joker is like 3,000. Bingo's 2,000. I'm gonna move our abort to a actually good abort field. So just give me a second. Where would the closest one be? Probably Ramat. Yeah. Our abort field will be Ramat David. Now northeast of Steer 4. There is a highway strip north of Steer 5, but that is very close to the flot and is likely in contact. So we're only going to use that if we have like a flame out or battle damage emergency landing. Cool. Any questions on the general game plan? And then I'm going to get into how to actually use the GBU-15 force, so we're still going to get to that. But anything on the general game plan?
Yeah, so for 3 and 4, we are also 1 mile behind. And I understand that we have to attack, the first element attacks steer point, 8, and we have to attack steer point 9, more or less simultaneously.
Yep.
But that will probably bring us a little bit inside west of 8. Is that correct? So
possibly. I mean, you should you should be able to get the weapon off before it shoots you.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
It's only 21 miles. Actually, no, disregard. Yeah, you might. If we wanted to be really safe, we would do shooter, cover.
Yeah, but that takes too long. I understand that. And I also understand that we have to first knock out Tacview 8 and then Tacview 9 before we can go to Tacview 7.
Correct. So yeah, I think
we will take that risk.
Yeah, I think like if you get an SA2 launch, immediately go defensive, right? Don't try to defend that. My point about defending the SA5 is it's so far away that it has a really long time of flight. So the SA2 will kill you if you continue to fly into it, obviously. So yeah, defend the SA2 for sure. Also, if the guys in front of you, if you tally a SAM launch to your 12 o'clock, just abort your attack and support the element in front of you.
Good.
Yeah.
Let's see. From 4, is there any? What's the default sort of the game out the door right now?
15, 15, and 16, 16.
Okay.
So 1 and 2 are sorting 15, 3 and 4 are sorting 16.
Okay.
I put the fighter brief into the Saturday BMS fence channel.
Okay, got it.
But as said though, if the guy in front of you shacks your target, you're going to want to switch onto a nearby set of launchers, and that's why there's a 15-second spacing in the fighter brief. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right. Yeah. So some shit about the GBU-15. So here, let me pull up this. All right, so Force, this is mostly for you, so if you have any questions, immediately stop me. So this is a Gen 1 man-in-the-loop weapon. It doesn't have ground stabilization. You have to fly it the whole way in. The way it works is, how to teach this. Yeah, so it has to be powered on, so power it on. Once it's powered on, you just fly into the DLZ. Once you're within the DLZ, pickle. It doesn't matter if it's like on the edge of the DLZ or not. You can pretty much fire it as soon as you're within the DLZ. Go ahead and pickle the weapon. And then it's going to have 3 different... man, I should really make a version of this only for the GBU-15, because this is all about Gen 4 shit in this doc. Okay, so let me pull up one of my videos real quick. Sorry, give me a second.
Watching.
I think this is going to be easier than
planning. Yeah.
One quick planning consideration. So if we're actually flying at Mach 0.9, we'll cover 1 mile in approximately 6 seconds.
Mud 2 is
So,
as you're coming off right. All right, so we probably want to be a 3-mile trail then.
Yeah, that's what I'd recommend.
Okay, that's cool.
Alright, I'm gonna select my right bomb then if I'm coming
All right, so you can see the screen here.
Oh wait, no, I'm left.
So right now I have the target steer point selected, and I'm waiting to get into the DLZ. Yeah, let me speed this up.
Do you try to put that seeker head that you have in the HUD on the target, or don't you care about that?
I don't, but some people do
Okay.
that. So that's another thing. So you see that little circle in the center of the HUD? That is showing you the seeker head for the GBU-15. You can slew it. You can slew. It has a very large gimbal limits. Like you can almost slew like a targeting pod with it. And it is thermal as well. But I generally don't do that. So you'll see what I do. I'm turning in now onto final. Wait for the inner DLZ, which is this little staple. So right now I'm like full burn. You can see my Mach increasing. I don't know my altitude right now because of this fucking block. Oh no, I'm 26,000, approaching 27,000. I'm looking down to make sure I'm within the DLZ. Okay, DLZ. Cool, pickle, and then you just come off to the egress direction. I'm actually defending an SA5 right now, so I'm just trying to get to the egress direction, defending another SA5, and then when you roll out onto recovery, you're just gonna switch. See what I did there? I turn on the anterior antenna by pressing ant, and then
That's on the weapon page.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then right now I'm just trying to. Sorry, I'm defending more SAMs. And then, yeah, so now I'm, like, actually recovering. And if you don't see video, it's because... So on your HSD, you'll see these, like, semicircular bands. That shows you the antenna gimbals. So you need to put the target line into these, like, half circles. I don't know how to explain it. So right now I'm defending, so I'm, like, sort of being dumb. So what I'm doing now is the bomb's been going for a while. One super important point is you're not going to see your target steer point on the weapon page, so you actually need to visually study the target now, like during the brief. So I knew what the target looked like, so I'm like, okay, I know that the fan song is northwest of the depot, so I just know where it is. And it looks like I'm almost like I'm sort of cheating, but that's how I know where it is. Sorry, I'm defending more SAM launches. So right here, I'm like, okay, there it is. And now there's like 3 modes. There's what is it? It's loft, cruise, and terminal, I think. Or no, there's cruise, loft, trans, loft, and terminal. Right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So in trans mode, it's going. Okay, the bomb is going, and you can still control the camera. Every time you press TMS up, it's going to switch it into another mode. In trans mode, the bomb is just going straight. You're not flying the weapon yet, and you can move around the camera and to find your target. When it's in loft mode, you can control azimuth but not pitch, and when it's in terminal mode, you're controlling azimuth and pitch. Okay, so the procedure is find the target using cruise mode, or sorry, trans mode. Find the target using trans mode, like find it on the pod, get capture. Then switch it into loft mode to like adjust the final attack heading if you need to. And then when you have a good final attack heading, press TMS up again, put it into term mode, and then it's gonna like fall over and go terminal, and then you have to just keep the crosshair on the target. So you'll see here, I should really make an example of this where I'm not defending an SA5. But you'll see here, I have, it's now in terminal, so I'm like doing terminal guidance onto the target. And then another key point is if you hold down TMS up, you'll arm the fuse. You have to manually arm the fuse, or you can press the OSB here.
Yeah.
And then you just fly the weapon into the target as such. So I'm just like, I'm super padlocked on the weapon page, and that's fine. That's why I said don't worry about formation at this point. And it wobbles a bit. Just get it in there. It's a 2,000-pound bomb, so it has a massive, massive splash area.
That's awesome.
And then the
like all 4-1.
Yeah, exactly. This is like the video of the fucking F-111s doing attacks.
Okay, yeah.
One question, Kraus.
Yep.
When you lofted the weapons and broke off to your egress heading.
Yep.
Do you think the weapon flies to your what is it to your steer points?
It does not.
Roughly?
No, it goes out on the line of bearing that you fired it on. So
right.
it just goes straight in the line of bearing that you fired.
So were you just lucky to capture it after your?
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
I wasn't lucky because I lined up here. If we go back to the beginning, I lined up on the steer point and then I fired it. So
okay. But this is the difficult part, just to find your target and keep it.
You don't even need... So, I don't even bother about finding the target because I know that it's there. So I get the steer point, I fire on the steer point, and then I just start looking down with the pod. After like 10 or 15 seconds, I start looking down on the pod. But
that was cool.
What some other people will do is they'll slew at the pod and they'll try to get captured before they fire. But to me, that's too much workload for the pilot. I just fire. Like I can't handle that and defend a SAM and all that. So I just fire on bearing. Yeah.
But you just try to fly directly towards the target and then you. Okay.
So
while we have some. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, key point is just make sure, like, this is the most important thing, is make sure the weapon is armed, because you have to manually arm it. So my workflow is I make sure it's in terminal, like I just press TMS up till it's in terminal, and once it's in terminal, then I hold down TMS up, and that will arm the weapon. And if it lands even remotely close to the dippy, it's going to blow the shit out of the, like, it has a massive splash, like 1,000-foot splash area, so you'll kill anything that it's near.
Copy. And really quick, just because I was rushing when you're doing the sort, so steer point 15 is north of 9.
No.
Confirm.
No.
So steer point 8. So recon steer 8.
Yeah. Let me just do this one more time.
The fan song there is steer 15.
Okay. 1 second. 15. Okay. And can we go over 16 again?
16 is steer 9. So recon that. And make that fan song steer 16.
Okay. And then 17, 18?
17 is steer 7.
7.
Okay.
And then steer 18 is this SA2 that's on the airbase.
Got it. Okay. Good. I have no questions.
Cool. Yeah, so what I would do now for the rest of this before we start is like sand table study the target and study it from the final attack heading. Because for instance, if I look at steer 8, I know that our final attack heading is going to be somewhere between 065 and 075, so I'm going to look at that fucker. Let's see. So I'm going to look at the fan song. Cool. So this is probably what you'll see. Okay? Yeah. When you look down with the seeker, you're going to see this. You're going to see these big antenna stalks. You're going to see this depot, and the target is going to be to the bottom right or the southwest of the target of this depot in this example. So just spend literally the rest of the briefing until we go airborne just studying these, because I guarantee you're not going to hit your target unless you know what you're looking for. Same thing with steer 9, like get a good look at that thing, make sure you can ID the secondary target. So like for instance, let's say this is steer 16 here. Let's say that you see a splash on the fan song, which is right here. You're going to want to be prepared to slew your bomb. This is a massive group. You'll blow up this entire group if you just put the GBU in the middle of this. So be prepared to slew your bomb over there. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Yep, all good.
All right, guys. Unless there's any other questions, let's jump up to the briefing room.
Good morning, Plasma 6. You are number 1 for departure. Taxi Alpha. And then hold short. Runway 20.
4, I have you 5x5.
Copy, loud and clear. What's second?
78 X-ray.
F-16, request taxi. Good morning, Hawkeye 5. You are number 3 for departure. Hold present position. Give way to Viper 4, F-16, taxiing Alpha.
We don't have a targeting pod.
There's no targeting pod.
Viper 4 ship, F-16, request taxi.
GBU 15 is a targeting pod.
Number 2 for departure. Hold present position. Give way to Plasma.
All right.
6-4 F-16.
3 shift
taxiing
now,
Alpha.
pending somebody joining in the air.
All right, let's go ahead and taxi, guys. Oh, never mind. I think Viper's actually taxiing.
Viper
Hold
4-2.
position.
Sde Dov. Runway 20 for takeoff. Viper 4-2. Sde Dov. Runway 20 for takeoff.
All right, guys, go ahead and power on your GBUs and fence in now.
4. 3.
Plasma 6-1. Contact tower for takeoff. Switch 3-4-3-3-5.
4, after second, 1-5 Yankee.
Hawkeye 5 ship, F-16s. Request taxi. Hawkeye 5, you are number
And
3
3-4
departure.
Ox, we
Hold
said,
present position.
15 Yankee.
Give way to Viper 4 F-16, taxiing Alpha. Viper 4.
3, you should be
Alpha.
78
Hold short,
Yankee,
runway
and 4 should be
20.
15 Yankee.
3. 4.
Plasma 6-1. Sde Dov approach. You're out of line, mister. Contact the stop when you land. Viper 4-1. Contact tower for takeoff. Switch 3-4-3-3-5.
Alright, we should be next up after this flight.
Hawkeye 5, taxi Alpha, and hold short, runway 20.
Alright, we're clear to taxi, let's go.
6 ship, F-16s, request taxi. Good morning, Hammer 6, you are number 3 for departure. Hold present position.
Hammer 5, taxi.
Give way to Hawkeye 5, 4, F-16,
Number
taxiing
3,
Alpha.
push F-16, request taxi.
Good morning, Mako 3, you are number 4 for departure. Hold present position.
Alright, we'll do single ship departures.
Hammer 6, taxi Alpha, and then hold
5
short,
seconds between
runway
each call
20.
sign. We are maximum takeoff
Give
weight,
way
so make sure you
to
rotate at
Hammer
like 185,
6,
190
4,
minimum.
F-16, taxiing
2.
Alpha.
3.
Hawkeye 5-1, contact tower for takeoff. Switch 3-4-3-3-5.
Okay, push uniform 3.
Hot mic on uniform 6. Hawkeye 5, 4 ship, F-16s, ready for departure. Hawkeye 5, Sde Dov approach.
Alright, lead's taking active right.
220 at 2 knots, runway 20, you're cleared for takeoff. Hawkeye 5, hold short. Viper 4-1, contact departure.
Good lead rolling.
Two. Three. Four.
Hawkeye 5-1, contact departure.
Two visual.
Alright, let's do a right hand turn to steer. Sim. Let's go right to steer 4.
Three. Four.
Confirm GBU power is on.
Hammer 6, 4 ship, F-16s, ready for departure.
Hold on. Four.
Alright, push uniform 6.
Chalice 3, Hawkeye 5-1,
Copy.
request vector to threat. Hawkeye 5, Chalice 3, I'm all out.
Viper 6, 4 good ships. Viper 6 is 4 good ships, slightly ahead of current.
Traffic 11 o'clock high. Please tell me. Runway 707.
Okay, reference tier 5. Plasma 6, Hawkeye.
Go for plasma.
I disregard. Viper 4, Hawkeye.
Go ahead, brother.
Hawkeye, request push -4.
Affirm, push -4.
Hawkeye 5's pushing.
Affirm, we're in position to support BS. You good with -4? Affirm, that's how far we're running ahead anyway. Affirm.
Viper 4, Hammer 6 checking in. 3 good ships. We're about 2 minutes ahead of Carrot.
Alright, boys, we're looking for Angels 2-5.
Challenge picture.
Plasma 6-1, Chalice 3, picture is multiple groups. Azimuth split. West group, bullseye 0, 1, 5, 3, 5, 25,000. Track west. Hostile.
Set up a 2-mile trail.
Bullseye 0, 2, 5, 4, 1, 18,000. Track west. Hostile. Southeast group, bullseye 0, 3, 0, 4, 3, 17,000. Track west. Hostile.
Chalice declared.
Plasma 6-1, Chalice 3, contact confirmed. Hostile.
Thank you. Jamaica 3 checking in. 4 good ships. Pushing 2 steer 4 on carry. Plasma's got an enemy package 00234 that's northwest of our target area. We're going to monitor that today.
17,000.
I copy, Plasma. We see them. We're going to hang on until you need help. Looks like they're going west. Plasma is established in the cap.
Chalice 3, Viper 4-3, group, bullseye 0, 4, 0, 3, 2, 15,000.
Alright, I'm gonna level off here.
To establish 2 must trail.
Plasma 6 committed 00432, 22,000 hot.
Alright, do a final weapons check. Let's increase the spacing to 3 miles.
2, 3, 4.
Also, I'd rather you be fast than keep the separation once you're on final.
Copy.
3, Hawkeye, 5-1, group, bullseye, 3, 6, 0, 2, 9, 17,000. Hawkeye, 5-1, Chalice, 3, contact confirmed, hostile, ID is MiG-21.
Hawkeye 5, status group 347 for 26, 21,000.
Plasma 6 committed there. Chalice, Mako 3 to clear, 201028, Angels 1-1.
Someone just blew past me. Check your formation. I think someone just blew past me. Hawkeye 5. Hawkeye 5 IP inbound.
6-3, Mako 3-1, Dallas 3, contact is friendly.
1 is mud 2, right 2. Okay, I'm going referencing the IP.
Probably a 3 on your right, 1.
2 saddle, 3 miles.
3, is that you to my right 3?
Yeah, I'm in for 16.
Okay, wouldn't attack from that azimuth. You're gonna get shot by an SA-3. And you should be 6 miles behind me.
That's not turn.
Traffic ahead, passing over us. Yeah, continue traffic. No factor.
Okay, 1's in, 070. $30 seconds.
In.
Loser.
Weapon away. Off 200.
Three is in.
Chalice, Mako 3, Bogey Dope. 4's in west. Mud 2, east.
Mako 3-1, Chalice 3,
3 naked.
bullseye, 0, 3, 5, 3, 8, 25,000. Hot. Hostile, contact ID is MiG-21. GPU released. Chalice 3,
Right.
4-1, group bullseye, 0, 5, 0, 3, 5, 22,000. Declare.
1 is capture.
GPU released. Chalice 3,
One way.
4-1, group bullseye, 0, 5, 0, 3, 2, 22,000. GPU released.
3 weapons away.
6-1, Chalice.
Fuse armed in terminal, Fansong.
0, 5, 0, 3, 2, 22,000. Hot. Hostile, contact ID is MiG-21.
516 committed 050 30 23,000 4 ships. Mix.
Chalice 3, contact confirmed. Hostile, ID is MiG-21.
Viper 4 05128 engage 2 MiG-23. Boom, 516 engaged on this, we're hot.
Hey, 3, or 2, recommend you select that group to the west, the launchers.
2.
Chalice 3, Plasma 6-3, group bullseye 0, 4, 5, 2, 7, 22,000. Declare.
2 target on the launchers, terminal fuse on. 2 Stinger 2.
Yeah, 3 as well.
2's naked now.
Splash my target. 2, can you confirm splash, wide field of view?
Green. rail group north of Galilee, 24,000. Negative, I'm too close.
No worries.
Plasma 6-2 committed on those.
Chalice 3, Viper 4-3, group bullseye 0-4-5, Viper 4-3, Chalice 3, vehicle 4, runway 3, bandit.
3 missed.
Chalice 3, Hammer 6-1, request Hammer, Chalice 3, nearest threat, route 0-8-5, 18,000, hot, hostile, contact ID, MiG-21, 4 shift.
One set position.
Back towards Steer 5, as correct.
Chalice 3, Viper 4-1, group, bullseye 0-4-0, Viper 4-1, Chalice 3, contact confirmed, MiG-21.
Force status.
Chalice 3, Viper
Force what, still facing away.
18,000, declare.
Plasma Hammer 6, status on that MiG-23 group.
Force splash, no effect.
Can understand you've splashed the fan song at Steer 16?
Negative.
Understood.
Yes.
Roger. Okay, new fighter brief, shooter, cover. I'm in hot.
4. 3. 4. Nails 23 east.
Package Mako is orbiting south of control point.
3 naked.
4 defending, 23.
Chalice 3, Hammer 6-4.
Force A posted.
Hawkeye 5-4, Hawkeye 5-3. What is your location?
17 miles west of 16.
Chalice 3, Hawkeye 5-1. Request vector to target.
Say your altitude.
Mayday, mayday. Airman down. Bullseye 03520.
Chalice 3, Viper 4-3, group bullseye 055, 26,000. Declare. Mako 3-3, Chalice 3, contacted.
Two, rejoin. I'm northeast, Steer 5.
Bullseye 045,
Angels 2-1. 4, what's your altitude?
Plasma 6, good shoot.
Mayday, mayday, airman down. Bullseye.
Okay, flow defensive, flow towards Steer 5.
It's the XM-177. Shit.
Hawkeye 5 is defending towards Glacier.
Hammer 6 defending towards Glacier Spike 25 to the north.
Same.
Chalice 3, Viper 4-2,
3-4 status.
06016.
We get above Galley, 15,000.
Chalice 3, Viper.
3 is above the lake.
Chalice 3, 2,
4, are you engaged?
4 negative, I am visual 3.
3, vehicle 2,
Roger that. Float, everyone retrograde 240.
6, shoot spotted.
2.
Mayday, airman down. Bullseye 035,
4.
2, 3.
3,
Chalice
240.
3, Viper 4-2.
2 is over Steer 5 now. 240.
4-2, Chalice 3.
2 retrogrades 240.
Bandit.
Copy.
Airman down, bullseye 04513. Viper 4, Charlie 0.
Mako 3 is pushing to the southwest of Steve Gallery.
Engaged defensive, bullseye 1705. I'm in deep trouble. Viper 4, Chalice 3, contact on route.
1-4 Ox, I am contact explosions east of Galley. Area explosions.
Roger that. We're gonna pull them into the Hawks. Let's flow 240. Let's post haul and flow 240 towards Ramat.
I am not against that idea.
6-1, Liquid Hammer 6-1, Chalice 3, clear
Package is Plasma 6-3. We are down 3 ships and a single ship.
Retrograde, package retrograde 250.
Hammer.
Force established 6 miles north of 5, certified.
Still 15 miles off Ramat.
Okay, 2, are you visual that town bearing 250 with the skyscrapers?
Mayday, airman down, bullseye, 07510.
The town before Ramat?
Airman down.
Just flow Ramat, David. I believe there's 25 chasing us. Flow the alternate.
Chalice 3, Hawkeye 5-1. Request vector to threat. Hawkeye Chalice 3, nearest threat from 06015 25,000. Hostile contact ID is MiG-25 Singleton. Chalice 3, engage defensive. Bullseye 23517.
3 status, nails 25.
3 has never had nails 25.
4 still nails 25 meters, a fur ball east of the lake.
Roger that. Roger that. I'm left-hand turn, east of Ramat. Turn it back in.
2 safe.
4 copies.
You got nails 25, 120.
120. Currently heading 240.
3 120.
Plasma 6-3 looking for you.
Chalice 3, Hawkeye, bullseye 09512 17,000. Declare. Chalice 3, Hawkeye 5-1, bullseye 10511.
Okay, I have a contact outlaw 111 for 11, 17,000 hot.
Number 6 anchored over Glacier.
Chalice 3, Hawkeye 5-1,
Viper.
bullseye 11511.
Su-17s.
Declare. Hawkeye 5-4, Chalice 3, contact confirmed. Hostile ID is 217.
Viper is down to 1 ship.
2, are you visual?
Bullseye 1608.
Just line.
15,000. Declare.
Roger. I have tally 2 high, going high. Bra 060 for 14.
Chalice 3, Plasma 6-3, bullseye 095 12,000. Declare.
2, try to get me visual on 224 for 16.
Plasma 6 anchored over.
Angels 10.
Chalice 3, Viper 4-2, bullseye 055. Viper, Chalice 3, vehicle.
Viper, hammer, give me a flare.
Bandit.
Two, 218 for 13. 11.
Echo
Angels
3
11.
is anchored south of Glacier. Viper 4-1, engaging MiG-21, 07114.
All right, let's reference the IP again.
3. 4.
Let's climb up for Angels.
1 for Ox, looks like caps are engaged in the SU-17.
20,000, 200.
Yeah, I tally bandit. I tally attack. 3 o'clock, like 10 miles. We're gonna ignore them.
Buddy Spike, Plasma 6, Bull 7, which is your
Chalice 3, Hawkeye 5-1, bullseye 10013 7,000. Declare.
Three monitor 102 for 12 7,000 hot.
Chalice 3, hammer 6-1, hammer 6-1. Chalice 3, nearest threat from 07517.
Roger. 098 11 7000.
096 for 10 7,000 hot.
Copy.
Viper 4, Mako 3 status. Viper 4 merged with MiG-21, Angels 3. Bullseye 07210.
Hey, Say again, 2.
One northeast of the lake.
Say again.
Nails going northeast of the lake.
Yeah, and then it's 3 has a lot on that. ID is MiG-21.
Viper 4, I've got a...
3, engage that group. We're gonna go shoot her on the, on Steer 16.
Copy. 3.
Oh, I have nails. Shit.
That's me.
I have nails 21060.
Viper 4, say your angel set.
Is that the group that you're... Can you go up bullseye in the group?
4, climbing.
Just a single ship. That is a bullseye 05910, 6000. Direct north.
Viper 4, ray gun.
1-4 Ox, I am 18 miles out from Steer 16.
Okay, 3 is 5 miles, Steer 6.
Yeah, I have nails 21050. And 3, are you able to cover us?
3 will cover that.
Roger, I'm in 070, Steer 16.
Oh, he's smoking.
Yeah, I see his flash there, and he's also dragging.
Understood, I'm in 070.
K4, I'm cold, you're clear.
3
out.
3 and 4, you guys are clear to attack Steer 17.
Cover 3 and 4.
4.
I got nails 23070. I'm pressing for weapon release.
Copy. 3, 6 o'clock. Or 060 rather.
4-2. Request vector to threat.
Okay, 4 hours. 3 will spin one more time. Okay, altitude.
Weapon away, off 200.
Caution. Caution.
Viper 4, Mako 3.
Chalice 3, Viper 4-2. Group bullseye 07522 2000. Declare.
Hammer 6 Mako 3 status Sams.
3 is 290, climbing.
Sims are still up. We're trying to see if we can attack. Stand by.
Three 4 Ox, I'm 25 miles out from Steer 17.
Roger, 3 is at 34 from 17.
Copy.
Okay, coming back inbound.
Viper 4, what's your flight status?
Viper 4.
Okay, I'm terminal fuse armed on the on Steer 16.
Copy. My 2 indications from Steer 16.
Roger, Viper 4. This is Plasma 6, single ship. Join up with me. I'll meet up with you about 20 miles south of the bullseye. We'll collect on Victor 17. Taken. Join on me.
3 status attack, Steer 17.
Actually, we are busy climbing first to altitude.
One 4 Ox, I'm 19 miles out from Steer 17.
Okay.
Shoot it.
4, go ahead.
4 comes.
4 press.
4.
Okay, this is Hawkeye. We're working the last Southern SAM now. Stand by.
Mako 3-3. Chalice 3. Contact is friendly.
One, 2, please stay heading at speed.
200. Splash Steer 16. Flown back to Steer 5.
4 is Mud 3. South.
4. Okay, 3 is Mud 2.
4 same.
Chalice 3. Hammer 6-1. Request vector to threat. Hammer 6-1. Chalice 3. Nearest threat bullseye 06544 15,000. Hot. Hostile contact ID is MiG-23s. 4 ship.
3-4 status attack.
4 standby.
Chalice
320 miles out.
6-3. Request vector to threat.
Force Bruiser.
GBU released.
Three nails left. 10 o'clock.
Nails what?
23. Make 23.
Try to get the weapon off and then come hard right and flow 200.
Negative, hard left, 4. Hammer, IPM down.
GBU released.
3 Bruiser.
2 visual. Battle right, 3. Turning right.
Vigil. Okay, 2, knock your tanks off.
2. Still got 1 bomb.
I know. We're waiting for a splash.
We're unsuccessful.
Chalice 3, Viper 4-2, group bullseye 3-2-5.
Okay, 2, your shooter on Steer 17.
Copy.
Three status weapon.
Bad.
Okay, understood. 2, your shooter, your last shot, so I hope you get it.
2.
Chalice 3, plasma 6-3, group bullseye.
Okay, 3.
3-4-5, plasma. Chalice.
3 and 4, anchor Steer 5, and cap to the northeast.
Chalice 3, Hawkeye 5-1, group bullseye 0-9-5-2-5, 20,000. Declare. Hawkeye Chalice 3, contact is friendly.
2 Zimbabwe, Steer 17, heading 090.
Request vector to threat. Viper 4-2, Chalice 3, nearest threat bullseye 0-5-0-3-3-7,000. Hot outlaw. Contact ID as MiG-21s, 2 ships.
Mako. Hawkeye, we're last Sam has a bomb on it now.
Okay, 3 missed.
Okay, 3 and 4 rejoin. I'm flowing over Steer 6 now. I'm engaged on MiG-23.
Have been reduced to a combined 2 ship.
Chalice 3, Hawkeye 5-1, group bullseye
2 snakes, 3.
Yeah,
will be sorted.
Yeah, 2 discontinue. 3, I say again, rejoin over Steer 6.
Coming up, Steer 6.
I'm engaged MiG-23, 062 for 22, 17,000.
Copy. 4. 3 is 25 miles north of me. Coming.
Mayday, Chalice 3, Hawkeye 5-1, group bullseye 0-7-5-2-3, 15,000. Declare. Hawkeye Chalice 3, vehicle.
Okay, 1's engaged, 079 for 21, 16,000, MiG-23.
Camera 6, Chalice 3, target en route. Chalice 3, Hawkeye 5-4.
3 and 4 cover.
4.
Fox 2, right hand turn, 16,000. Fox 2, right hand turn, 16,000.
3 is defensive.
Fox 2 again, right hand turn, 16,000.
4 tally vision.
Flash.
What the fuck? Fox 2 again is my last heater. Decoyed, I'm merged.
GBU released.
Hammer's defensive, MiG-23s, about 10 miles east of Sea of Galilee. Aim is 13 descending.
4, I got a spike to my right.
4's looking.
Fox 2. Fox 2.
Altitude. Altitude.
Coming off defensive.
Hammer is jettison, unable to attack the northern stand.
2 status weapon.
Fox 2 weapon away.
Hammer, this is Plasma 6. We're
Flash
with you, probably above.
We're engaged offensive in the vertical.
Three is defensive.
Guys, try to run out. Try to run out if it.
3 is running at 210.
Four status.
Attack you to make it 3 bayonets.
4 status.
6 copy bayonet.
Hammer copy bayonet.
Do I hammer ray gun?
Okay, flow 240, guys.
Buddy Spike,
Two status Sam.
I'm set. I'm spiked by 23 to 21.
Okay. So the weapon didn't hit?
Contact is friendly.
Still in the air.
Chalice, 3 plasma, 6
Searching for my
bullseye, 0, 9, 5.
6 miles north, so 6 make it
Clear.
2, understand negative impact.
I think we're clear.
Chalice,
Still in the air, now naked.
4-2. Request vector to threat.
Don't worry about the bandits. Just get the bomb on the target.
Chalice, 3, Viper, 4-2. Request Viper, 4-2. Chalice, 3, nearest threat, route, 0, 5, 0. 1, 2,
16, 1,000,
Hostile
070.
contact ID is MiG-21s, 4 ships.
Mako, Hawkeye.
6-3, Chalice, 3, Tier
Mako, go.
1, friendly.
Be advised, SA2094 for 39 is still active and we're unable to attack it.
6-3, group, bullseye,
That's 2,
0, 6, 5, 1, 7, 16,000.
That weapon mid.
Okay.
Chalice, 3 plasma, 6-3, Chalice, 3, Tier 2, friendly 2, bandit.
Roger that. Alright, I'm flowing from steer 6. Rejoin steer 6. Ops check.
2 is 5,000, 4 heaters.
3. It's almost bingo. 2 heaters. 3 heaters.
Roger. 3, your distance is tier 6.
I am to the east of it, 9 miles. Turning back.
Alright, understood. I'm gonna clear your 6. You're probably nailed 23.
Yeah.
Roger that. I'm clearing your 6. I'm over steer 6 now.
Chalice, 3, Hawkeye, 5-1, group, bullseye, 0, 8, 5, 2, 1, 17,000. Declare, Hawkeye, 5-1, Chalice, 3, contact confirmed, hostile ID is Su-7.
Okay, got a 4 ship of Su-7s, 086 for 2-2, hot.
Ray gun 05512.
I got 23 nails left of that.
Copy, 3 is in the weed.
Mako, 3, I see a shoot.
I'm unable.
Mako, 3, I see a shoot. Mayday, airman down, bullseye, 0, 9, 5, Chalice, 3,
Altitude.
Hawkeye, 5-1,
Altitude.
bullseye, 0, 5, 5, 2, 1, 3,000. Declare, Hawkeye, 5-3, Tier 3, friendly 4, bandit.
Okay, I'm passing now northeast of steer 6, Angels 9.
Chalice, 3,
Gotcha, I'm already 120, steer 6.
Are you in a right-hand turn flaring?
Contact ID is MiG-23s, 2 ship.
Are you in a,
Who's over tier?
are you in a right-hand turn flaring?
20 south. Gonna turn back into it, the MiG-23s follow me.
Yeah. Splash 1 MiG-23, 030 hot.
Who's turning back?
4 status.
4 died a long time ago.
5-1, group, bullseye, 0, 6, 5, 2, 1, 4,000. Declare, Hawkeye, Chalice, 3, Tier 5, friendly 3, bandit.
Chaff, flare.
Square 6 targeted MiG-23, 04420, 13,000.
3 is at the lake.
Roger, can you guys flow on steer? Like, I want us to rejoin at steer 6.
Confirm, Hammer, you're going on that furball?
I have a singleton there.
Roger.
Radio check.
3, 2.
Rejoin steer 6.
2, 3.
I really want us to try to push towards the target to support them.
1 is the view in a left-hand turn.
Oh shit! I'm being pounced by 4 Su-22s right over steer 6.
Lock.
I'm engaged. 4 Su-22s right over steer 6. Hi.
Chalice, 3 plasma, 6-3, group bullseye, 0-6, plasma, 6-3, Chalice, 3,
Tally.
Yeah, I'm on the high guy. If you can support the low ones, I think they're trying to shoot.
Miko, 3-3, Chalice, 3, contact is friendly. Fox 2. Chalice, 3, plasma, 6-3, group bullseye, 0-7-5, plasma, 6-3, Chalice, 3, vehicle, 5, friendly 2, bandit.
Lock.
Shit, I lost no joy on that on the last band.
Okay, 3 is bingo, -1.
Roger that.
Heading back to the lake.
2, are you status tally?
2, I got only friendly here. 3, I got an eagle. Tally. Tally feather over the lake. Gauge.
Mako, 3, shoot spotted.
Oh yeah, to the southeast, right?
Mayday, Evan down, bullseye, 0-7-0.
Fox 2,
Fox 2.
feather.
Mako, 3, shoot spotted.
Flash feather.
Roger that. I'm on the south side of the lake now.
Copy.
Mako 3, plasma
Visual.
6, status attack.
Mako's down, 2 ships, merge 21 to target area. Could use a hand here.
Hey, Stevie, are you visual?
Mako plasma, roger.
No, not really.
I'm in the west, I'm eastern side of the lake.
Okay. So I'm on the southeastern end.
Merge, target airfield.
Yeah, we gotta try to go help those guys.
Copy.
Just flow on the target.
Display 4,000. 2 meters. That's enough.
You reference the target.
One 8.
Chalice, 3, plasma, 6-3, group bullseye, 1-1-0-1-5-17,000. Declare.
2 inbound to target airfield 40 miles.
This is Hawkeye. We'll be there in 3 minutes. Hey, 2, I'm at Angels 1. I'm flowing 070, referencing target 0.62.
I'm at Angels 15. I might want to dive, man.
You're gonna get shot by the SA-2 that we didn't kill.
Yeah, I'm going down.
Copy, Mako's egressing. Hawkeye, status of attack.
What's Mako up to?
Mako's egressing. Attack unsuccessful.
Understood.
Chalice 3, Viper.
Hawkeye's RTB.
095.
Roger.
23 1000. Declare.
Package Miller time.
Chalice 3,
Plasma 6 will hang out a minute.
42.
Be less
Request vector threat. Viper 42, Chalice 3, nearest threat bullseye 065 52 20,000. Hot. Hostile contact ID is MiG-23s to ship.
Can you turn around to 1?
Yeah, I'm turning around. We're out of here.
Chalice 3, Plasma 63, group bullseye.
Reference
4, 5, 2, 2,
reference tier 6.
22,000. Declare.
Deposit tier 6.
My bullseye 083 for 20, Angels 2.
Magic, open up. You have helicopters to your left, low. Make a turn down.
Chalice 3, Plasma 63, request vector to threat. Plasma 63, Chalice 3, nearest threat bullseye.
Hey Stevie, we're gonna have to turn back in. They're being engaged by 23s.
Hostile
Copy.
contact ID
Make a
is
clear, Angel.
MiG-23s to ship.
On the deck.
I think I'm circling back. Just turning back to the airfield.
Chalice 3, Hammer 6
30 miles south.
Hammer 6-1, Chalice 3, nearest threat Rom 085 15 7000. Hot. Hostile contact ID Chalice 3, Hawkeye 5-1, group bullseye 070.
Okay, I got the bandit 069 for 42 6000. That's your target too.
3, contact confirmed hostile. Chalice 3, Hammer 6-1, group bullseye 070. Hammer Chalice 3.
So you stole the missile?
ID is MiG-21. Miko 3-3, Chalice 3, nearest threat Rom 060 10 5000. Hot. Hostile contact ID is MiG-23s to ship. Plasma 6-3, Chalice 3, Box nearest
2.
threat Rom 050 23 6000. Beaming. Hostile contact ID is MiG-23.
You're the one at 11? You're attacking the one at 11,000?
Chalice 3, Plasma
Hold on.
6-3, request vector to threat.
Plasma 6, target MiG-23 is 255 or 22, Angel 6.
I'm off dry defending Shilka.
Chaff, flare. Chaff, flare. Chaff,
Box
flare.
two.
Chaff, flare. Chaff, flare. Out.
Okay, friendly merge at the fogger over the green area. I'm supporting you.
Chalice 3, Plasma 6-3,
Hammer tally visual.
260 Plasma.
Stevie, are you merged?
Contact is friendly.
Yep.
Is that you in a few circles?
I got visual tally.
Hammer's up at 20,000. Supported.
Okay, that's Hawkeye. I'm entering from the south.
Who's defensive? Who's defensive? Anti-defensive deploying, tier 6.
Okay, Mako's in.
If you have a heater shot on that guy, get it.
Oh, I'm out of heaters.
I was talking on guard.
Plasma's hive cover.
Lock.
Body spike, body spike. Yeah, trying to get the bandit.
Hold on. Break off, I got him.
Warning, warning. Warning, warning.
Breaking low.
Tally. Hammer's off.
I'm engaged offensive. I have him. I'm to his 6 o'clock for a gunshot.
Okay, no.
Hey, advise if you have a heater.
I've got a gunshot. Offensive.
I've got a heater available.
Okay, take the shot. Abe, I'm off.
Yeah, I'm no joy now. I turned off.
Okay.
Splash.
Flash.
Lock.
All right, let's get out of here. All right, Hawkeye's running out. 270.
Mako's running out.
3 Plasma, 6-3 group bullseye, 250 Plasma, 6-3 Jealous, 3 contact is friendly.
It looks like a missile launch from the east. SAM launch from the east. Whoever that clean Viper is running westbound, SAM launch near you.
That's me, naked looking.
Hey, 2, we're gonna land at the alternate.
I'm just gonna keep running out.
Falcon 6 RTB.
Mud 3 south.
Yeah, I think it might have been a ballistic SA-3.
Actually, I guess we can make it back home. Let's climb and we'll reference tier 1.
Is that you on? Oh, I got the overshot you got now. Yeah.
I'm climbing, referencing 260, just passing tier 6 now.
See me in front of you?
Front, 10 miles.
Chalice, 3 Plasma, 6-3 group bullseye, 360 16 1000. Declare.
Okay, ops check.
2-3.
3 is 09, 1 heated.
I thought you RTB'd back there. That was pretty confusing. 4 or 3 rather.
That is correct, but I'm pretty slow now.
Can't make us past Glacier for RTB.
Yeah, you should probably land at Ramat.
I'm 37 miles out from main station.
Roger.
Are you going to Ramat?
No, I think we'll just land at home plate. It'll be less traffic on the airbase and less drama.
Okay. Oops, seems like somebody crashed right in front of the runway at Ramat. Big plume of smoke.
Nice.
Yeah.
Plasma 6 signing off on that.
Is that flight level 280, fuel level home plate 15.
Mako's pushing approach.
You won?
Say again?
Buddy spike?
Chalice 3, engage defensive. Bullseye 23022. I'm in deep trouble. Hawkeye 5, Chalice 3, looking for fighters.
Hey, I'm engaged MiG-21 to the fucking east.
Chalice 3, Hawkeye 5-1. Request vector to Hawkeye 5-1, Chalice 3, nearest threat.
Holy shit, 060 for 4. I'm about to get shot.
Hostile contact ID is MiG-21, 3 ship. Hammer 6-1, Chalice 3, nearest threat. 055 21,000.
Bingo.
Contact ID
Bingo.
MiG-21, 2 ship.
Really?
Chalice
2, if you're able to clear my 6, that would be awesome. There's a MiG-21 4 miles to my 6.
That's right. I'm turned back. Please.
Midco 3-3, Chalice 3, nearest threat. 055 25,000. Hostile contact ID is
Tally 2.
21, 2 ship. Chalice 3, Hammer 6-1, Hammer 6-1, Chalice 3, nearest threat. 080 5,000. Beaming. Hostile contact ID is MiG-21s, 2 ship. Hawkeye 5-2, Chalice 3, nearest threat. 210.
Fox 2, pitch bed right over Sde Dov.
Hostile contact ID is MiG-21 Singleton. Chalice 3, Hawkeye 5-1. Request vector to
Alright, I'm clean now.
5-1, Chalice 3, nearest threat. 065 16,000. Beaming. Hostile contact ID is MiG-21 Singleton. Hawkeye 5-2, Chalice 3, nearest threat. 065 21,000.
Yeah, that's 21 burning now.
Hostile contact ID is MiG-21s, 2 ship.
I'm pushing to approach.
Hawkeye 5-1, declaring an emergency.
Hawkeye 5-1, Hawkeye 5-1. Sde Dov approach. Copy emergency. Continue inbound for runway 20.
Hawkeye 5-1, declaring an emergency, runway 20. Critical fuel. Hawkeye 5-1, long final, runway 20, emergency landing. Hawkeye 5-1, long final, 7-mile final, emergency landing, critical fuel.
Hawkeye 5-3, Sde Dov approach. Plane 220 at 2 knots, runway 20, clear for landing. Jet gear down.
Get on left full stop.
Someone is on the wrong end of the runway.
F-16 inbound for landing. Plasma 6-3, Sde Dov approach. Continue inbound.
Hawkeye 5-1, I say again, emergency landing, runway 20, 4-mile final.
Okay, and number 3 is at 2 miles finals.
Visual.
Right hand side, the runway is occupied.
Visual.
Hawkeye, 5-3. Now clearance cancelled. Runway unsafe. Contact approach for resequencing.
Shit. Oh shit, oh shit. Heli.
3, abort him.
Heli 6.
Sde Dov approach. Roger, contact
6
approach
bitter.
unable. Hawkeye, 5-1. Sde Dov approach. Wayne 220 at 2 knots. Runway 20. Clear for landing. Jet gear down.
Hey, 2, you're on your own. I'm fuel critical and I'm landing.
2.
I don't know why our SAMs are not firing.
Plasma, 6-3. F-16 inbound for landing. Plasma, 6-3. Sde Dov approach. Continue inbound for runway 20. Report on final.
Gonna bomb off field.
Hawkeye, 5-3. Contact ground.
Wheels down.
242-975. Plasma, 6-3. On final. Plasma, 6-3.
Shit, I fucking gun.
Approach. Continue inbound for runway 20.
The sensor flying.
Plasma.
The SAMs are finally going off.
Yes.
Wayne 220 at 2 knots. Runway 20. Clear for landing. Jet gear down. Hawkeye, 5-1. Contact ground.
Oh shit. There's explosions west of the airbase.
Bitter. A strike package coming for us.
Goes vertical in front of me and starts popping flares.
Who could that have been?
I wonder.
Cool. So everyone should be here because the server died when the last person was landing, so we're just gonna do the debrief. So we'll start with Hawkeye. We'll start with Hawkeye and then Mako. All right. So again, focus on high level beats of what your plan was and how it went, and then what went well and what could be improved for next time. So I'm just gonna ping Force and see if he's around for debrief.
No, he's out.
Okay.
He posted his comments
in
chit chat.
Cool. All right, so our plan was to do redundant attacks on the 3 SA2s in our sector, so we were both 2 shooters per fan song. We were going to egress 200 and wait for BDA, and then we were going to do another follow-up fighter-to-fighter brief for the 3rd SAM, which was to the southeast. We got there, everything went as planned. However, we had I think every GBU missed except for so mine both hit. I killed 2 fan songs and Stevie also hit 1, but other than that we had a 70% miss rate or something. So we weren't able to kill the 3rd SAM. So the Mako guys called Bayonet. But we were unable to sweep east as per the briefing because we were engaged already over over Galilee, and we were trying to rejoin. So we killed some MiG-23s and some fitters over and some fish beds over Galilee. And then in that engagement, Force got killed somehow. I'm not sure how. Probably a heater, but we'll see. And then we RTB'd. On RTB, I was engaged 6 o'clock, close, right by the airbase, by pair of MiG-21s. I had tally on them. I dragged them into a Hawk, and I think the Hawk shot them, or maybe Stevie got one of them as well. I'm not sure. But I was critical fuel. Landed, and then I believe Stevie landed, and Streak landed, so we lost one ship in the flight. What went well? So the plan that we had was like pretty much flawlessly executed if it was flown to the brief parameters. So like I flew exactly what I briefed, and it was, I never got a spike. I was able to get a weapon away at 21 miles and got splash, and also the recon of the target beforehand was super useful, so that all went good. For 2, good job switching your Dippy on the first attack, and yeah, it was good. And then for 3, good job keeping your flight in for like the timing spaced pretty well, so that was good. Or your element rather. Okay. What could be improved? So for myself, I can't really think of anything off the top of my head. We didn't really have a super good rejoin at any given time, but I don't know how much of that is a plan versus like an experienced flying visual. So yeah, I don't know. For 2 and 3, I'm gonna have the same debrief point. Like if you're not comfortable using weapon, just say so in the briefing, and we'll just switch it to another weapon. And that's like, we could have used Mavericks or something. We just never got good effect on all of our targets because of weapon familiarization. And also like, please call in and off, because I had to keep asking for status, which I hate doing because I didn't know if you guys you had a weapon. I think Streak did. I think you called weapon away and off, but I didn't hear from anyone else, and then I was trying to understand where you guys were. And then when I came back around to try to find you guys, you weren't flying or at least 2 of you were not flying the egress direction that I briefed. So then I think Force and maybe someone else, I can't remember, we'll have to look at the ACMI, got bounced by fighters, which it was impossible that you would have been bounced by fighters if you just would have flown the egress direction of 200. So we'll see in the ACMI. I don't know exactly what happened, but it was pretty, like Force called he was spiked and being engaged by bandits, which was literally impossible if you had just flown 200. So we'll see in the debrief and the ACMI.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that's all I have for Hawkeye. And for package debrief point, I don't know if this actually was the case, but I got the impression that the cap might have went east of Steer 6, which was like the restriction line. And I don't know. I got the impression that happened, and that could be why we had so many losses. Like if we fight east of Rosh Pina, it turned into like a crazy death zone because of all the SAMs. And the bandits are flying out of there.
The SAMs were the least of our problems, man.
Yeah, there was no cap losses from SAMs.
Okay, cool. So the idea was to like pull the bandits into Hawks that were west of Galilee and also on Tier 6. So I just got that impression, but I wasn't sure. Yeah, that's it for Hawkeye. We'll go to Mako 3.
Okay. So the first 2/3 of our flight was pretty uneventful. We kind of watched everybody else get shot down. We orbited Sea of Galilee. Basically, we anchored there and then kind of pushed southwest a little bit just to stay out of the shit because everybody was merged. Like we didn't want to dive in there. It would have scrubbed the package, and we would have been firing into furballs left and right. So, we anchored there, and then when you called out that one of the SAMs was down, right? We figured, okay, that's best we're going to get. We hit NOE. Started our ingress route. We had what we had planned was to split elements. So lead element was the deed with Mavericks. We were going to ingress first and knock out the fan song. And then the second element's going to come back. They were supposed to be about 6 miles behind us. And then come in with Mark 84s, pop on the runway, kill the runway, and then we'd all go home. that didn't quite happen because we got bounced when we got there. We had an SA-2 launched at us from that SA-2 that was still up. We evaded that. Turned back in. I splashed a MiG-21 in the face with a heater on the way in, and then I did pop and get I rifled on the fan song. Got the fan song, but
Thank Christ.
So the fan song's dead. We got that. But a group of I think a 4-ship of 21s merged with us right as I popped, basically. Right, and they just bounced all 4 of us. We were merged. I performed an epic fail and ejected instead of emergency jettisoned. Otherwise, I'm not back. So that's my contribution to the wall of shame. It does not look like we got bombs off on targets. Raz was the only one to survive after the merge. Right, I think we lost number 2 fairly quickly. Number 3 right after that.
Well, I didn't die until after you had ejected. I was in a turn fight with a MiG-21.
Oh,
and I almost got him, and then as I was getting my pipper on him, I got Fox 1'd on and just had to defend. It was either defend or die. And I died anyways, but it was still the right move. I had to defend immediately. So, and then there were just MiG-21s everywhere.
Yeah,
they were just everywhere.
Looking at 2D after the fact, there were 21s, there were 23 screaming down at you guys. They're unfortunately just due to timing. We didn't get in until really late, which basically left us really open to a lot of intercepts. So as far as what went right, the planning section went right. We had a good plan, but we were intercepted on the way in, and just with the SA-2s still up, there was not a heck of a lot we could have done. I do not see a way out of what happened.
Well, I just don't know what we could have done, like coordination wise, right? Like even if we had close escort, right, it was just the worst possible timing where we were literally in the pop and bam, there's a 4-ship of 21s.
Yeah.
I guess we could have came off maybe and tried to reset, but we were
then we would have
200
got
feet, and it was bad.
So the original frag concept was that the close escort was supposed to get ahead of you and literally merge into anyone who was on the base. But because the escort took so many losses, I don't even know when you called bayonet if they were even able to get over to you. It doesn't seem like it.
I don't.
No, they were down to a 2-ship once we called bayonet.
Yeah, so there you go.
We assumed we would be self-escort, but pretty much we were doomed. But the flight did excellent up to that point, right? We did it, I think, about as well as could be expected. I think number 2 had a slight tech issue with the Mavericks, but I mean. It went about as well as we could all expect it to go.
Yeah, that was a sub issue of Krause's comment about weapons you're not comfortable with. I'm comfortable with Mavericks. I was not comfortable with the bore sight procedure, and I should have just not done it. I should have just visited them.
That's what I got. Is what it is.
Cool. We'll go to Plasma 6.
All right, so Plasma 6 was the first to take off. We were picking up a bunch of hot micing on Uniform 6. At some point that stopped, so thank you for whoever stopped doing that. It seems like it should have been somebody in my flight because all you guys would have still been on ground, but we didn't get it sorted. Eventually we take off, we get Boone, and then we pick up a package like due north, headed kind of northwest. I kind of assessed that this is not really going to be a factor to us, so we just monitor it. As we get closer, they start turning south, so I decided to commit into it. It winds up being a furball, so we leave. And as we're leaving to get back up onto our cap, we wind up spotting a couple of MiGs, take those out, and then we're established on our cap pointed northeast. We've got new bandits coming in from the northwest, and we find Boone's cap committed on those guys. We were already tracking into them, and Boone winds up taking shots into them. We wind up merging all 8 F-16s into a 4-ship that turns into an 8-ship and then a 12-ship. There's a couple of frats in there, and we wind up basically just everything went all to shit right there northeast of Galilee. 6 out of 8 of the 2 caps die right about there. And then Taub and Bry wind up linking up together, it looks like, as a 2-ship, and I'll let you guys talk about that later. But kind of our big lessons learned that Boone and I were discussing, and he'll have some more to say, but just having a better lane deconfliction between who's north and who's south, and then maybe finding a better way to stay out of each other's chili for us. For my number 2, that was new to us guy, but not new to Falcon guy. He did a really great job. He had to bounce before the debrief, but he did a really good job staying with me until he got engaged, and then he went defensive, and we got lost in the soup. And then 3 and 4, great comm all day long. Thanks for rolling with us through a bunch of changes to the frag, and we're changing our attack ends and everything while we're still trying to take off. We had 3 get out and get back in, so there was a lot of thrash right up front, but really actually great performance from T3 and 4 out of my flight all day long, and just the big picture stuff is our improve.
Yep. So when Taub and I linked up, Taub's on uniform calling that he's defending a fucking boatload of dudes behind him, and I'm flowing out of our failed furball. I didn't realize it was both caps in the same furball, but that'll be an Acme debrief point. Taub calls defensive. A couple of people were supporting. I turn back in and go to clear the bogey on him. He's only got 1 left at this point, and it just got splashed out of the air in front of me. I call him clear. We grouped up over Galilee and kind of orbited between the 2 cap zones until bayonet was called. There was a big furball going on up by Plasma 6's the extent of their cap point. That we didn't want to get into. AWACS was constantly saying, 5 or 6 friendlies and 4 enemies, and we just didn't want to get into that. I think it was all AI. So we just kept orbiting sort of around Galilee and didn't really have anything else much productive for the rest of the time.
Okay.
Cool. Let's go for Viper 4.
That was Viper. Yeah?
No,
that was
okay,
Viper.
Sorry.
That was the mishmash flight that got
Gotcha.
after the engagements. All right, I have a couple points from a package level. When we're ingressing, we have to do a better job of not everybody and their mother pinging the AWACS for pictures and declarations, okay? The flight leaders should be doing that and sorting the targets. I don't need Chuckles 4-4 pinging the AWACS 6 times in a row. You're clogging it up for the tar caps. So let's try and work on that. Unless there's a bird you're tangling with pretty close and you think it's like life or death, leave it to your flight leads to declare unless you're merged. Second is Uniform 6 calls. Let's just get a little crisper with them. But overall, the comms weren't too bad from people's verbal bullshit. It was more of pinging the AWACS and stuff like that. For my flight, I fucked up from a mission planning standpoint. I should have delineated areas of operations for me and BS. And what I mean by that is our flight plans were similar. There was enough space between us, but when you're not doing BVR, when you're doing visual dogfighting, your head's out of the cockpit a lot, and it's easy to flow into each other's chili. By putting a threat steer line separating me and BS's areas of responsibility, a quick look at the HSD would have told me I was going too far north and to get out of his sauce. Also, the fight kind of took us into each other's sauce, so that's something me and BS agreed that we should have done better to avoid. And at the end of the day, it's on me as the mission commander. I should have said, BS, this is the line separating us. Unless we call each other for help, let's stay on our side of the fence. We did a pretty good job of staying out of the threat rings, per se. We encroached a little bit, but that was for dogfight reasons. None of the SAMs launched at us. So after our first merge with MiG-21s, I think it was maybe Krause's flight coming in and blapping fools with their bombs. So that was pretty helpful. The problem is after we get merged into the first MiG-21s, then there was like 8 other MiG-21s and 8 other MiG-23s. It got really hectic really quick. My initial grinder I set up, I initially set up between my first and second elements more of a BVR tactic. I know how to fix that now. Me and BS discussed that tactic, and what I had set up was more for BVR. The enemy having BVR weapons and us not is also a thing we need to keep in mind. So Dragon, yeah, but Dragon, there's ways to defeat that. Dragon, having all 4 of your ships separated by about 10 miles with mutual support can help. So things to fix for next time. The random F4s getting into the mix really was sucky. If we could avoid having AI flights in our AO, that would be helpful. Other than that, it was a fun mission, Krause. Honestly, real fun mission. I enjoyed this a lot. Talb, excellent job. Chris, excellent job. I mean, we did what we could. That was a lot of enemy aircraft. I think that's all I have for right now. It'll probably be more in the debrief. Things happen so quickly, I'm having trouble remembering everything.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to unpack.
Yeah. So that was the broad strokes. I'm good.
Cool. Let's go for Hammer 6.
Yeah, so our plan was to push to the IP that was given by the frag, and then we were going to do shooter, redundant strikes on the fan songs with 1 minute separation, so we had plenty of time to switch targets if, and get BDA from the second bomb. So the first element was tasked with the northern one, and the second element was tasked with the southern one. We lost number 2 before we even took off, so we were down to a 3 ship. We got to the Sea of Galilee, and we heard the commit calls from Plasma, and then we didn't hear anything more, except I'm down to a 1 ship from a couple of flights. We tried to. We kept seeing guerrilla groups, like strike packages in the north and the northeast, that were basically right on our, between our IP and the target, that were hot. So we flowed back or anchored over the Sea of Galilee. Eventually, we saw, we got merged in with MiG-25s, managed to not have to jettison our stores. Eventually, so I heard that the strike packages were retrograding, or the other deed flight was retrograding back to the Sea of Galilee. I didn't hear anything after that, so I thought Hawkeye was probably dead. I couldn't reach you guys.
Likewise.
So we thought we had an opportunity to strike. The air picture cleaned up for a moment. So we pushed in. Unfortunately, a MiG-23 package took off in the meantime, and right as 3 was attacking, I guess they got in close and shot him. I'm not sure what happened there, so we'll see. My GBU came off. I got no video on it, and I just lost number 3. We were down to a 2 ship, so I just jettisoned at that point with MiG-23s on my 6. And we went air to air and tried to cap. Basically just extended from the Sea of Galilee, trying to cover any flight that was defensive or run interference on. There are several times, bandits coming in from the north, that I tried to intercept from the to try to cover the remainder of the cap. And then Mako was called defensive in a furball over the target. I was pretty tumbleweed and didn't have the target actually marked on my HSD, so I was pretty lost in trying to find them. Eventually found Mako and a bunch of friendlies in a turn fight, low altitude. But was called off dry, so I went no joy at that point, so I couldn't support anymore. We RTB'd. I think we eventually had trouble rejoining with 4. we RTB'd. Then there were Su-7s or Su-22s over our base, so that was exciting. Oh, MiG-21s and there's an entire strike package. So we splashed some of the 21s, and the Hawks got the rest, and the rest turned tail. But then we still had, basically we were like in the pattern at least twice, and there were like Su-22s with us. So went around and killed those, or had 4 kill those. I mean, and then we RTB'd. So what went well? Kind of not a whole lot. I thought 4 did a good job of staying alive. What could have been improved? I mean, I think I should have had better SA on the MiG-23s that were attacking. I thought we had an opportunity. They were still like, I was IP inbound, and they were still like 40 miles away, or at least I thought they were. So,
they came out of nowhere.
Yeah, so I thought we had an opportunity because the idea was to shoot and then, drop the GBUs and then slice back. I thought we'd have time at that point. I probably should have swing rolled it to in hindsight just one shooter and then the rest of us cover. At that point, cover air to air. That would have made a lot more sense probably, and might have kept you alive. And then oh, sorry, go ahead.
I kind of called that on my ingress, but I think 4 was just too far back. But yeah, those things popped out of nowhere. They came literally out of nowhere.
Yeah. So So anyway, we'll see what happened there. My biggest point of thing that in this theater we don't have data link and that sort of thing. And I probably should have done a better job of communicating this, but especially once basically just stay visual with your wingmen at all times if possible. I was calling after 3 went down, I was calling headings and things like that, but that's only because we weren't rejoined. So I never really said this, but my hope would be that we would get rejoined and then we could provide mutual support that way. In this era, I think that's critical. So that would be the one thing that I would say could be improved. But yeah, great job staying alive and not getting merged and shot down in a fur ball like that. That's all I got.
Okay, that's everyone.
Cool. So that's the end of the debrief. We're going to be looking at the ACMI now. For those that have to run, thanks for attending. We'll see you next time. We'll be sending out a survey shortly, so please fill it out so we can improve our events. For those that are going to stick around, reference the Saturday BMS events channel. There is a ACMI link in there and an IP address and that Raz is hosting.
Yep. And I'm also streaming on Potato Vision.
All right, I want to start off with a couple points from an organizational standpoint.
Shoot.
Now I have loads and loads of caveats about this, okay? Because this is a gaming community, and I understand we need to strike a balance between. God, sorry, my computer's popping shit up. We need to strike a balance between making a fun mission and making a realistic mission. In real life, I don't know if we would have fragged this mission like this, and I think if the frag went as initially planned with 2 packages, it would have went better. And what I mean by that is we need to kind of press home that if people think they're going to come on a Saturday, get those signups in early, because I think Kraus kind of got fucked over with the frag, right, dude? It was wishy-washy with a bunch of people throughout the week. I know that's hard with real lives and stuff, but in reality, on day 1 of this air war, I don't know if we would be striking an airbase immediately. I personally think we would have had more sweeps and caps and deeds initially. I'm also not a pilot, so Streak, are you here?
Yeah.
Would we have on day 1 where this?
Yeah, no. The frag
as far.
Yeah, the frag was excellent. I would have done it.
You would have done it like this? Okay.
Yeah.
See, I'm a ground pounder, so the way we operate is eliminate that first line of defense first. If they have 100 guys, I want to have 200 guys, is what I'm getting at. They came at us with about 16 aircraft to 8 cap. I don't know if I take that fight. What I wish I would have done differently with this frag is I probably should have been a little bit more decisive and told the strike packages to back up past the Sea of Galilee, and I should have drugged the MiGs back towards the air defenses. I fucked that up. Instead, what happened is when I went back to the Sea of Galilee with my cap, the strike packages passed me midair, and I put them in danger without even knowing it. So I fucking goofed on that one. Another thing I think would have improved the overall mission is comm discipline. Fritz, are you here? Are you guys hearing me?
Yeah.
Okay, Fritz is lighting up, and I'm not hearing anybody, so I want to make sure my internet's been screwy. Just comm discipline. But other than those points, this fucking mission was dope. I had a hell of a lot of fun. I'm really gonna like this campaign, I think. I mean, this is the kind of shit I love.
All right, looks like you guys are first to fight in the Tacview, so there's a lot of fights to pick apart. So
this is AA plasma right here.
Oh, this is AI plasma?
Yeah, so we're plasma 6 up here. So this is the package we saw, and we.
BS, are you here? Do you want to talk about this?
Okay, so we got Viper and Plasma are two.
Yep.
Human cat fights.
I'm here,
but go ahead.
Yeah, so BS1 says we're not going to commit on these, and then I call one of these two MiG-21s turning back east, and we decided to commit. And then BS1 split our targets. We show up at R2 and they're already dead because the AI plasma killed them. And then we decided to go back to our cap. And that was that fight. I don't know. BS.
Did you know that the first element was like getting into a fight over here?
I did not know that those were there. Like I saw this formation on the radar before we turned around. I didn't see these two guys like getting up in there.
Whoa! What was that shot?
Looks like uncooled sidewind.
So where are the deed flights at this point? Because we don't have any SA for that.
You guys are here. So here's Krause's flight, and I'm looking for you. You are here.
We must be way south.
Yeah, so we're way south. We're just the deed guys are just showing up over Galilee as this is going on.
This contact happened probably a minute or two after the T-4 was called.
Oh.
So this
did you catch that, Abe?
Yeah, I did. I did catch the T-4.
Okay.
That was not a Rolex though. That was not a Rolex. I had requested to push -4. I didn't say no one ever said Rolex. Just for FYI.
Oh, okay.
No, we were acknowledging everybody's pushing early, right?
Well, so a Rolex is you have to hit your target 4 minutes early. I said push. I'm saying I intend to attack 4 minutes early.
Yeah, I was fine with that.
Yeah.
We were going to be on station 4 minutes early.
Yeah, I was already a good minute and a half ahead of you, 2 minutes ahead of you.
Boone had a fight with his F4 driver in the bar last week.
That's on me.
Or sorry, BS did.
BS did. Yeah. Oh God.
Ooh.
All right, so that was this. Okay, I'm sorry. I keep confusing Plasma 1 and Plasma 6. So you guys saw those bombers. You all skipped them and came out.
Well, so you'll see if you look at myself. I was on the 21s that were escorting them, and then Plasma 1 killed them. So we just showed up and they were smoking in the sky already. So then we decommitted.
Oh wow! You guys were already deploying GBUs at this point. Whoa!
That is worst one. That is not an F4. That's a MiG.
What?
Huh?
Can we see where they came from?
This F4?
No, that's an F4.
It came from pretty far deep if it was a MiG.
Pretty F4-ish.
Yeah, let's go back to.
I'll look at my tape again.
All right.
Your mic's real bad. Is that BS?
Yeah,
He's a family man. He's doing family stuff right now.
He's got to
make the bacon.
He's got better shit to do.
He's got to make
He's got to make bacon for 16
So after that,
be strong.
BS calls out this group up here. We sort west-east.
1 sec. Boom, what did you want to point out?
No, so this is where so I see these MiGs and I decided to pull out of it because I'm getting too deep into the SAM radius. Like we went a little east, so this is where we committed on them, but then I back out of it and have the second flight element.
This is I believe BS1 call commit on these guys.
Okay.
It could have been on VHF, but I could have sworn he called.
No, I heard it.
We heard that commit. And now Hawkeye's employing GBU-15s. So like this looks pretty sweet at the moment, right? Like Hawkeye's going to town at the GBU-15s, and you guys are screening out in front. I'm guessing here is where it starts to go pear-shaped.
We didn't know Viper was here at all. As Plasma, we had already sorted these targets. I think we're all STT looking at our one guy.
No, this is what me and BS were talking about.
That wasn't good.
Plasma, I did call commit before BS did, but I was a little further north. So he was right, I think, to commit, but he was saying he wished he backed out of it because he heard our commit first. But at this point, me and Talb are engaged. I mean,
you're in this fight now.
Yeah, I didn't. As 3, I had no clue you guys were here. I don't think I heard your commit call if you called it. And if you called it, that's on me. But
we called it. BS heard it.
Yeah.
But I was still a little into his AO.
Oh no!
Fumes, you do great staying on my tail here until.
Oh sweet Jesus!
Until you get shot.
That's what I get for not checking my 6.
That was almost a frat kill.
So Talb, one thing I think me and you fucked up is I was on the lead. I wanted you to take the second.
Yeah, I expanded and I saw it on the back, like further away from us. So I thought it was.
Yeah. I never saw.
Apparently not.
Yeah, I never saw the number 2.
Yeah, I had a rough time finding number 2. I had to expand to see it, but apparently it wasn't. So yeah.
Oh, good.
They were suckers. They didn't see the second airplane 1,000 yards behind, armed to the teeth.
So this is where I'm having trouble employing my missile, and you're doing a great job staying with me. Fumes, I should have just called you to take the shot. But
I should have watched my 6.
Yeah, by the time I thought about it, you were already dead. I also need to figure out this fucking gun sight. I fired it every point, and I couldn't kill it.
You put the crosshairs where you think they're going to be, and ignore the fucking snake. Is what you do.
Okay. So I like at every individual point on the crosshair, I tried firing, and I missed every single one. So how
the sight is supposed to work is it was supposed to radar range and put a pipper on the target based on the range, but. Currently,
but like the pipper, even the pipper is only ever secondary. You're always the primary reference should be the gun cross.
You put the gun cross where they're going to be, and then you let the pipper settle out. But here, don't even fucking bother with the pipper. Like the snake is just to show you where the bullets will be in a couple seconds.
Well, it's going to show you where they were a couple seconds ago.
Yes.
That you fired.
Yeah.
So, but in Rusher's video, did he say that the circle would be the?
He claims that the small circle is
small circle. I tried that today and I hit nothing.
Yeah, no, that's the small and large circle in this site are just glued to the snake.
Yeah, so I was trying the large circle, then I tried the small circle, then I tried the dash. I'm missing everything. And
Circle is history, yeah. So you have to fire before that. Then the circle is not. So the circle is history.
Okay.
So one just quick ACMism, like as you guys enter this fight, right? Like everyone's in plane with each other, Like you're
No,
all.
I didn't
pulling-
realize. I didn't realize 2 was here.
Gotcha.
He was supposed to be on the other 2. So, these 2 guys was supposed to be myself and Fumes 3 and 4.
Okay.
So, Fumes, I may have not been clear, but my intention going into this fight was for you to take one and me to take the other, and to kind of give up the cover. And I don't know if that's the right move or not. I'm not a pilot, but that felt safer to me, and I just might have not communicated that well. You did say you had no tally, but then I thought you said you got tally.
No, I had the second MiG-21 as we came into the merge. Like if you go back, if you go back to the beginning of the fight, right? So this guy out to our 9 o'clock.
This
guy.
Yeah.
The guy way out to the 9, the one that shoots me down. Actually, I saw him as we came in, and I mentioned him, but I wasn't gonna break off of you to go after him, so I just
that was my intention. I don't know for the floor. Is that what we should be doing here? But
yeah, I didn't realize you wanted me to break off. Like I was ready to do it. I just didn't realize it was.
If you've got a 4-ship merging on a 4-ship, what's the WVR tactic? I'm not very familiar.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Got it. Well, we've only got heaters, so.
The thing is, be out of plane. What you see here is that one MiG is coming in unseen. So, Fumes, you noted him. You should have engaged him. That is the only thing you can do here.
So if there's an extra plane, it's
better
to have
them quickly. Then that's one less guy trying to kill you, right?
Yeah. I mean, if you are all 3 out of plane, then the enemy has to look in different direction. Now they only have to look in one direction, and they see all 3 of you.
Yeah,
So yeah. Okay,
that makes sense. And I think typically, if you have an unengaged bandit,
yeah,
I mean, like you should. Yeah, that's bad. So you should definitely break off to engage and probably tell your flight lead that that's what you're doing. But like typically, I don't think a flight lead would mind. Like if you do that,
I think so. That's the improvement. Fumes, I would have you break off and be more clear about that intention. So that's the only improvement I have for this fight. Everything else, just like I fucking couldn't employ the missile. Then that would have killed this guy. I was on this guy's tail for easily 2 minutes. At any point in time, I had been a good missile shots, so that was just my own fault with weapons employment with the secret cool head thing.
Okay.
Yeah, we discussed that earlier.
Yeah, okay. That's why. Try to do a quick kill, and if you sweeten the kill, you will be killed. So that is especially in such a high threat environment where you don't know where the bogey is coming from.
Yeah.
So try to kill as quick as possible. So don't sweeten the shot.
Nail 23. Package, make it.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know. More
So you can confirm
chaff
slash
and
wide
put it on
field
the
of view?
beam if you can, but sometimes you just catch a shitty.
Negative, I'm too up close.
It's a shitty.
722,000.
For a second, it looked like that AIM-9 was going for the other missile.
Yeah.
I was trying to shoot that fucking thing.
Understand you've splashed the fan song at 316.
I'm still on this guy's tail.
What do you got all day? Cool. Pulling behind.
This is where my RWR started yelling at me.
Oh, okay. So there's foxbats diving in on you.
Yeah, so I pull out of that fight. I leave him because I'm gonna die.
Yeah. Put a missile on your beam. Put out some chaff.
Yeah, at this point I'm telling the D.
Oh, God.
Fucking run. So I had the 25 nails.
So.
Yeah, because we're taking so long to kill these guys, right? All their friends show up.
Yep.
Nice.
Alright, so right here is where I die. Hold on, pause this. This is what pisses me off about this game.
Go on.
And I would prefer from an organizational standpoint, like if we just delete AIs that are going to be in the area. We've discussed it before in other theaters. But I'm on this asshole here, this F4. And from the aspect I had him at, he kind of looked like a 21. Or not a 21, I don't know the number. He looked like a Sukhoi. So I'm like holding off on pulling the trigger on this dickhead. Because I can't tell if he's an F4 or not. Well, hold on, you're not on me.
They smoke at the F4s in the game.
They smoke?
Yeah. An F4, it's smoking.
He wasn't smoking when I was looking at him.
A normal F4 in flight smokes like hell in military power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I'll
until you go
I'll
down
show you the video. He wasn't smoking at all.
Okay.
So I don't. Maybe he wasn't mil power. I don't know. Maybe he was fucking putting his thumb up his ass. I don't care. He first off, he's here alone. I don't know what he's doing.
It's only smokeless in AB.
Okay, again, he wasn't smoking.
No. Okay.
So he looked like a Sukhoi. I wasn't sure what he was, and I just came out of defending 6 missiles. So I go wings level, literally. Go ahead and play it for the rest. I go wings level. I'm zooming in on this fucking retard to see what the fuck he is, and I stopped my defensive maneuver, which got me killed. I don't know. I just wish he wasn't there. Because I kind of had an idea of where I was situationally. I realized I was surrounded by MiGs, and hesitating to see what he was kind of fucked me over. But also what fucked me over was getting separated from my wingman. I was trying to call him back in, and I wasn't giving him good instructions on how to come back and find me. That was the end of my day. It was a fun dog.
The fact is, and which is lucky thing is, that on your 6 o'clock, there is a place for only one aeroplane. Only those who are behind you can kill you.
Really old.
All right, so what else is going on here?
Suddenly I see flashes at front of me, and I see 2 MiG-21s launch missile against me head on.
So this is just a fuster cluck here. Tell me if you want to stop and look at anything. But
I'm curious as to where the deed flights are at different points in time here. Like,
all right,
like,
so
I'd like to know where I was.
He's here. Oka's here. You're off here to the west.
So had we pushed at this point? No. Okay. Yeah, we were trying to get to our IP. So that's right. So I think you'll see me turn in briefly, just to see if I can understand. Oh, okay. Can I have control for a sec?
Of course.
Sorry, I just want to like try to. I just want to see where this is in time, because I think I turn in and I'm like no. Okay, yeah. All right, this is where. Okay, you got it again. Sorry, I just wanted to confirm that.
So you guys are just fucking outnumbered now. And here come more foxbats.
Yeah, so like, weren't we going to drag them into Hawks instead of fighting them over there? Like, I'm a little confused why there was a continuous furball. I mean, I guess the AI would have done their thing, but yeah, I mean, like, I think as soon as we got, like, it was basically just as soon as you got engaged, they never stopped coming. There's like more and more of them, and so like we could never safely, like we couldn't tell what was going on, so we could never safely push.
Yeah, and what if we had dragged to the Golans maybe with the Hawk sites?
Yeah.
So
Don't tell.
The cap steer points were the western one was co-located on a Hawk for both of them. So the idea was like, hey, let's stay west of steer 6, which is so right now that like steer. I can't. Here, I gotta load these. I think steer 6 is like maybe where Taub is.
Here's a Hawk site right here. Was that it?
I don't know. You'd have to look at the flight plan, but it was set up in a way that the furthest they would go would be within the Hawk outer ring. You can see here, like this guy's shooting. If the if the friendly cap,
how did that MiG-25 get through?
The friendly cap had just been 5 miles more to the west, they would have been fine. All the Hawks would have been shooting at the bandits.
Jesus, how lucky am I? God damn.
Very. I think at one point a guy with a fucking Stinger clears your 6. Yep.
You mean a red eye?
Yeah. How did that 25 leak through? You just not give a fuck? Yeah, he just didn't.
Yeah, like we were looking at this fur ball, and then I like looked up, and I think I saw the 25 low like maneuvering down there in burners. And then I like look up to my left 9 o'clock, and I see like a twin tail plane flying in formation with me, and I was like, okay.
I didn't realize.
And then
that
right as I
well, sorry, but I'm getting a little delay. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, no. So the hawk got him right as I was about to go dogfight mode and whack him.
Okay.
Hey, but I thought something hit you. That missile. I was like worried. I was like, what the hell was that? This is friendly territory.
Can we talk about the amphibious hawk system that the Israelis have?
Huh?
Like they have a hawk system in the middle of the Sea of Galilee.
Huh?
Where?
No.
What? No, they don't.
I think your
It's on
map
the
might be
south- it's on the
skewed, my
south
friend.
bank. Yeah.
Back up a
It's
little.
on the south shore.
Oh, it looks like
To
on
be
my
banned.
screen.
All right. Well.
Oh yeah.
It looks
There
like
is
it's
something
all in the meme.
amphibious down here. Oop. You keep
Oh,
zooming
right
away
here,
from it.
they're looking for me.
Make sure you're in
That's on land.
Falcon 4 terrain mode. You might be in DCS or real world.
Ooh, good call, bro.
Yeah, makes a difference.
Oh, not amphibious.
Oh man, look at that. Is that like what 12 bombers coming in unescorted?
Oh, over here.
I think that must be the yeah, we must have engaged their
boy.
escort.
Oh yeah, they had escorts. Their escorts are
Yeah,
dead.
and that works for
Yeah.
the 23s and 25s that just did a number.
That's 12.
Streak, you want to see what I was looking at real quick?
Yeah.
You want to see what I was looking at real quick with that F4?
Yeah.
Dump it in Saturday.
Okay.
Screen it.
It might just be a case that BMS doesn't do diesel trails.
I wish they did.
I think it does. Like F4s are usually pretty smoky. Did you have your visor on?
I don't know.
It's real dark. I think you might have your visor on.
Like, so that's the MiG. That's actually a MiG. And then I'm getting shot at. So I come out to maneuver and then try and recall at another target. Because I know I'm surrounded. That's the F4 right there. And I hesitate just a second.
Yeah.
Good.
Like he's not smoking. And then I realize, oh, that's an F4. I'm out. Oh, I'm dead.
Oh shit.
Like it was just that split second of trying to make sure he's not a fucking friendly.
And Krause, this is the second GB15 run you guys do?
This is my second run. So they had already missed like every bomb.
Do you want me to back up to the first drops?
Yeah, I have to
Yes,
leave.
yes.
I have to leave in 2 minutes, but yeah. The first run was like textbook perfect employment. So this is what I meant by it would have been impossible to get engaged by MiGs. You see the egress direction that we're going? So I think at some point Force gets confused and yeah, he's turning back in.
Yeah, me too. I dialed in the wrong steer point. I
So-
went to steer 6.
It is a miracle that he's not being shot by those SAMs right now. But yeah, I killed the first fan song and then all their bombs overshot. I think probably what you guys did wrong.
Stevie nailed all the launchers.
Yeah,
on
that
this
was
one.
the only one that hit besides my bombs. I think the oh, and you also
Holy shit.
Oh, Stevie. Hold on.
What?
So go back.
It was the wrong
Go
one.
back. Go back.
Ah, it was
All right.
16.
The first.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So so if you watch my bomb,
Uh-huh.
I had a good terminal track on the fan song, so I told Stevie, "Hey, hit the launchers to the southwest," and then he's going for the wrong site.
But technically, no, it's to the southeast. No, it's the wrong
That
side.
might have saved my ass because I was getting spiked by that a shit ton later on when we were headed in.
Okay, so that.
But technically, we destroyed both sides.
Yeah, that's cool.
One's out of radar and the other's out of launchers.
Well, so I reattack this site later because I think Element
Yeah, and
failed to kill
fast-forwarding
it.
to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is Force's second attack. He comes off dry, and so I released a weapon. This is gonna hit the second fan song.
Nice.
Cool. And then at this point, like the third fan song is still up, and
Force
oh my
is
god,
like, I will kill it.
Force is so confused right now. He has no idea what's going on. Oh my
He's got
god.
a supersonic delivery on this GB15.
Trying to use it like a Maverick. He's trying to use it like a Maverick. I mean, I guess you can use it like a Maverick. It should work.
I mean, go out, guys, go out.
But he should have just stayed in the front antenna if he was going to do that maneuver.
Yeah, and then he turned into the SA3s. So that's why we had an egress route 300.
Major helmet
basically
fire. Like,
northwest.
why are you egressing north? Like,
Well, that was the plan. So
No, it was 300.
when we hit 7, no, if we're in for 7, we could not do 200 from 6 because could end up in that SA3 rings.
Okay.
That's what I got from the briefing.
So rewind this to my first attack. I fly the
Oh,
exact.
sorry to interrupt. I have to go. Have a good weekend, guys.
Thanks, man.
We're
Thanks for
being launched
attending.
now. So
Bye-bye.
bye.
Bye. Ciao.
So if you go to my
Yeah,
first
you can
attack,
come off south for the first attack. We
just look at that profile. I want to
I'm gonna say
debrief.
5.
I want to debrief why it wouldn't be possible to do that attack.
Okay.
So you have to look at the aircraft, not the bombs. Look at my aircraft. Okay, so weapon away.
Yeah.
So why couldn't you do that profile?
Because it's the SA3.
No, we just watched me do it. That was the profile that I did to attack the
Yeah,
site.
but they,
I know,
they
but-
went
but-
for the 17.
They went for
It's down south.
We went for the other, the most southerly SA2.
Okay.
Just there.
Anyway, I gotta run. GG, guys.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you, ciao.
So, Streak's running out north, and right here's where Abe looks like Hammer's starting its attack run.
Yeah, this is where we decide to push.
Which would be great, except here's these 23s.
Holy cow! Oh,
that
we
was
didn't. They were
weird.
low. I had them on the radar, but they were a ways out.
I had
And then
outer ring. I had outer ring off the front before I
shit.
ditched the bomb. I turned the bomb and I just died. I released the bomb, turned, and just
man.
died.
So wait, where was that?
Right here.
Oh shit!
So I was completely heads down, trying to set my autopilot, check the video.
So where was
that
I?
guy in
then? So
particular.
how did you get so much closer than me? That was I just out further?
You just turned hard.
Yeah, you turned really hard earlier.
Like you released a little earlier, and then you turned out pretty aggressively.
Yeah.
So that just got
Abe,
you.
this was just bad timing that they popped
Yeah.
up. I mean, if it was a little bit early, I would have seen them. A little bit later, I would have been away from them.
It
I
would
should
have
have
been
definitely
nice to
gone
have
cover since we
had
didn't have cap
us
for it.
around you too, and not all die in that
Well-
first. So you had cap. Yeah, like
I called
Yeah.
Sheepy there, number 4, to cover, so he doesn't drop his bombs, and he did that, but he was just a little too far away, and it happened just a little too
Yeah.
quickly.
Man.
Oh shit!
Oh,
So this
and
is all
now they're going after Streak.
What
Sorry.
is
Yeah.
Streak? What's
Yeah.
So yeah, I saw this unengaged MiG-23,
Uh-huh.
and I think I turned it on him.
Is this with one bomb under the wing still?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
jeez.
think I jettisoned at that point. I think I finally
Okay.
jettisoned, and then
us?
and then I was like, this is where I called defensive.
a very sensitive red button on my stick.
Oh wow! Look at
Nice.
Watch that. Ooh. Okay.
Sorry, just
Blair, chaff, Blair, chaff, Blair, chaff, Blair.
Nice. Nice. Like 9G turn.
pull.
Oh man.
Us. Here
Oh,
comes the
those
here comes the
F-15s are gonna come.
cavalry.
Yeah.
We had F-15s from the north when we started our attack run. I was like, yeah, they're going to cover us. Where
Out
the
of
hell did they
700
end
knot
up?
run. Yeah.
Yeah, the F-15s. They were the ones who ended
Probably-
up in the furball that we kept avoiding,
They were probably diving on helicopters when we needed them or something like that.
Probably, yeah.
causing a heli brain crash. I did see a Hawk shoot
Check
down
the-
a helicopter, and it didn't crash the server.
No. It's
Check the
I think
21s from the
that's
north
fixed
there.
now.
There's a
It's
massive
supposed to be
21s from the north.
Oh my god.
That's like that wasn't doable.
All right,
that
so
wasn't
we got
doable.
So while all that's going on, Mako's like, okay, what was it? Bayonets. Like, this is not going well. But if we're gonna have a break, it seems like this might be it because we figured.
You knew the northern Sams were not down, right?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we
knew
knew.
So we were like, okay, we'll try and swing south some. We head in. I think here's where Oak Stick disconnects.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What?
So you scrape the ground. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Bummer.
And I was like,
NOE.
I was like looking over my shoulder. I'm like, fuck, where'd he go?
Yeah, we're like watching all these aircraft, on the top of our FCR going, shit, there's stuff there's stuff there. I had to spike. Yeah, this was Sam launched 2. This thing was tracking me. I was now down at like 100 feet while it was tracking.
Yeah, we're like 100 feet right here. Like, keep that in mind that we're at 150 feet, 500 knots right now.
Yeah.
This was the one part of our fight that went well. So.
Oh yeah, this was great. Like Nails 21. Oh shit, 21.
This is great. Shoot, I thought the 21 shot hit him.
Coming right above us.
Oh, pow!
Boom!
Like okay, back on track. Right. And I'm trying to make sure that he doesn't have a wingman, right? I'm like, where the fuck did his
busy
backup
playing
go?
chicken with the 21 down there in the
Look at all these 21s that jump us. Holy shit.
So
I didn't know. I'm committed, right? I turn in. I'm committed here.
Yeah, we
right?
hit our IP, and these guys are up at 20,000 feet, so we don't see him on the FCR.
What you mean you don't have your radar looking straight out the top of your cockpit?
And we're in the pop, right?
Yeah. So he's fucking popping.
Yeah, I'm popped, heads down, right?
I'm popping with him, and then my Mavericks were fucked, so I couldn't get a Maverick
Hey guys,
off.
it's a beautiful attack angle in pop. And
I was like looking, for my IP, and then I look up, and there's a fish bed flying overhead.
Oh shit!
Shooting at me, and I'm like, okay.
Yep, I heard 3 merged.
I get Fox 1 inbound, Fox 1 inbound, Fox 1 inbound, like triple all at once.
That Maverick hit. So
Yeah, thank Christ. We didn't have to have a dogfight over an SA2.
Yeah.
During our dogfight, the Robo Wizbo said Fox 1 inbound, and everybody in the whole flight was like defending Fox.
Yeah. Like, oh shit.
So I'm in a 2 circle with this guy. You guys have the other 3.
Oh, so that was you. Okay. I had spotted that guy. I'm like, okay, in.
Thank you. Yeah, I saw you guys.
You.
Yeah,
BMS didn't credit me with that.
Okay. You cleared him, and then I was looking for the guy behind you, and not getting a lock.
I saw the tracers like fly by my window right here. I'm like, oh shit.
Better jettison.
Yep. Oh shit, jettison, and yay!
God.
We'll pretend I was hit. And
I thought you were just hit because the missile impacted not a second later.
Where did that missile go? Hold on. Back that track up. What the hell is with this missile track?
Oh, it's one of these again.
It's an A1 too. Like of all missiles. Like what?
That's serious with challenge.
Sidearm.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not pulling that many G. If you look.
No, it's just a really weird missile track, right?
It's just they call the missile the flanker too. It goes around from the side, so your RWR can't see it.
But I did kill the 21.
Thank you.
Yay.
So I see you explode. I know Bringling's over here, but I'm like, well, that guy just killed Star Fury, so he's probably my next priority. And I still have the bombs on here because I have some pipe dream that'll kill this guy and then go blow up the airfield. I'm going vertical, like pulling against this fish fed. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? So at some point the bombs come off.
What was it you carry, Chris?
I had a pair of 84s.
Okay. Oh shit.
So I got that guy. The Bringling. No.
Is there a reason?
Chuff.
I was out. I got fired on by like 3 Fox 1s and had to dump a ton to survive. If you scroll back on me a little bit, I actually got. So scroll back. So I had this guy, okay, like this one right here. This one that passes in front of me.
Shoot him.
I had him dead to rights.
Shoot him.
And then I got a Fox. Well, I couldn't. I didn't have him locked yet. And I got a Fox 1 launch warning. And and I thought it was at me. Watch what happens when I lose track on him here. I like flip over the top because I got a launch warning of a Fox 1 right here. I get a launch warning of a Fox 1, but there's no Fox 1 launched at me. So I went defensive thinking just before I could take the shot at that guy, and then I just got 2v1'd here after that. Like, yeah.
And you're real slow now, too.
Yep, I'm real slow.
You bailed across what you thought was a
I don't know where the Fox 1 tone came from. I don't know if...
So
yeah, I don't know.
Friendly? You still
And
have
I
your
saw
bombs
this
as well?
guy. I saw this guy right here.
Did you punch your missiles at this point, or?
No, I had my Mavericks still, but
Oh,
Boo.
yeah. So I saw this guy that was out in front of my nose here that shoots GRAS, and that's who I was coming around
Yeah, I can
to
tell.
turn for. But the guy behind me launched on me, and I just didn't have any defensive countermeasures left. And was
This was stupid. I could have used this Sidewinder later. This is way inside our min, and it hits him and doesn't fuse.
oh.
Sorry, Brainling.
I'd be so embarrassed to be shot down by a missile as obsolete as the AA1 alkali that I wouldn't even bother to punch out.
Sorry,
Enough said.
I didn't.
We don't get to use that often.
I had to. I'm sorry.
technically, Star got shot down by one too. So
Oh, here's where I punch off the stores because I'm like, fuck, everyone else is dead. I'm 2v1 and defending a missile. Maybe I'm not going to get bombs on target today.
So at one point, I did look down at my emergency jettison button, was going to slap it, and then like I got a launch warning, I think, and immediately had to start flying the
I
plane
had
again.
that shit on my HOTUS because
Yeah, you guys
When
were just
bombs
in a
need to go,
no-win
bombs need to go.
situation there. That's rough. That's rough. Meanwhile, Raz is like, all my friends are dead.
I must kill.
Oh, that was a nice little maneuver there at the end.
Well, because I knew he must have. I knew I was 2v1, and I knew he must have been pulling behind me.
Yeah. Nice.
What speed are you at? Wow. Oh, over the top.
400.
Yeah.
But very slow over the top.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter.
Nice.
Pointing the nose. Correct.
We just do a one circle, get head on with him.
Yeah. And at this point, someone's like, "Where are you? I'll try and come help." I'm like, a little busy.
Broken arrow.
Target area somewhere. And then I was thinking I was going to get hit by like a fucking SA2 on the way out or something. And you're looking for him.
Wait. At that moment, we were trying to like cross here. Well, how to kick it? Yeah.
I was
like
halfway
rushing.
within the
We were
estate.
trying to rush into you, and then let's go back.
Yeah.
So
well,
we
now
turned
you're-
back again, and yeah.
And then
Yeah, I forgot
then you
what
said
that was.
defensive MiG-23, and you gave your bullseye, and I'm like, oh, I'm basically like slightly north of
And
that.
then we turned back again. So
Looks like the F4 scared it off. Like 5 tracks on it.
Stevie's scared off that one.
Yeah.
that's
Oh, it
that's
turns back
going
in.
somewhere
Yeah.
to space.
Oh.
no?
Let's play. How many idiots does it take to kill a fish bed or a flogger?
Oh man. Oh man.
So I see Stevie merge with this guy.
Why did
That
the
was-
missile flare? That was because of the
Yeah.
flare.
Oh, that, I mean, it was funny because that was the first time that I saw that the Seeker head, before I fired it, actually went for the flares.
Yeah, it'll do that.
And then I waited for a nice tone for a but it was higher aspect and he was in a very high G turn, so yeah, it missed.
Mm.
And there was completely blind, just turning, and there was some quite nice ACM going on, but not with me.
I don't know about that. So I take this shot and I miss, and then I think I try to. I think Kraus calls offensive here.
Oh my gosh. So meanwhile, I'm up at like 20,000 trying to be
Are you
high
just
cover.
looking for this fight? Or-
No, I had
Come on,
tally
right.
on
Okay.
it, and then I lost. Like Kraus called me off, and then
and the F4 takes the kill?
No.
Oh, come on.
So I had a heater ready to go, like, and I was about to dive in on it. Kraus called me off, so I'm like, okay. And then he's like, if anyone has a missile, shoot him. And I'm like, well,
Yeah,
what?
yeah, because Kraus calls offensive, and I assume he has a missile or something. Because I was like,
Yeah.
I'm sitting here in the control zone, but if you want it, all yours.
Oh damn! I'm also like following the F4. You always know when an F4 is near because it's getting very, very bright with the lights. When they turn on the burner, then everything goes bright.
Fuck.
Oh, yeah? Oh, okay.
There's some.
He's doing like the fucking snake guns defense, but then he just pulls and okay.
But yeah, we really need to be better at not having multiple people attacking the same bandit. Like, yeah, did you guys just not see each other?
I didn't see crowds the whole time.
Comms got
yeah. Well, so he called offensive, and I was like sitting here, and I was like, okay, I'll go low. I was trying to get some separation from him.
I mean, like, keep in mind they're not in the same flight, so
yeah,
it's over uniform. Stevie does a nice job here, though.
Yeah. Well, and I
chasing
think,
that at 4, yes.
I think here's where it's like, if anyone just,
I thought you were flying up to fly cover.
Yeah, I'm
That's
supporting
exactly what
high.
he's
Well, he's flying out of plane, so that is good.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, even if you didn't know, like, if you were just investigating that F4, you're still doing the right thing, probably. Like, so.
Yeah.
You were not yet another person saddling up on his stick.
I saw a lot of F-16s, and you were all like calling engage and stuff like that. So I just let's bug out.
Yeah.
So then we go home, but somewhere in here, there's this whole new strike package on the way in, and it follows us home.
Oh God, it got close.
Yeah. Then Kraus called he spiked sometimes, and
because he was in the back.
I'm turning back.
I didn't know Kraus was in the back.
No, me neither. I was basically after the first GPU employment, I was blind on him, and I couldn't get him back.
Hawks whittled them down, eh?
Yeah, no shit.
Not all of them.
I'm turning back.
Yeah.
I have no idea where they are. Trying to find them.
32,000.
No idea.
Okay.
Oh my god, that's bad.
So at this point, I think I turned around because now I realize there's MiG-21s close to the base.
Okay, that one is splashed by a hawk, I guess.
Nice. Yes.
So what I think I did there was I knew they were close, so I think I'll have to check, but I might have just gone like dogfight.
Yeah,
mode
but
and rolled
that's this gorilla here. So I got telly like, oh my god, it's 6, it's 8 of them, and I got guns and a shitty gun cross.
He said, "Let's go for it."
Yeah, and I hit nothing.
No guts, no glory.
Nothing.
Ammunition and a dream.
Well, that's a nice defensive move.
Yeah, all the AI are pretty good at guns defense.
Yeah, and then the Hawks started firing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got your visual on the. You pulled up hard on short final, did you? Yeah.
Well, I called that out on tower, I think. So like
final my ass.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
meanwhile,
this happened more than once.
Nice.
Well, I told him to. I was like, "You got
Okay.
missiles?" I mean, he didn't fire a shot the whole time. So
Get some kills, Sheepy.
You had still.
I knew we had missiles
fuel,
and gas, and like I didn't want them attacking our base. So
yeah,
it's good. And then we got it's Hammer 6-2 on the.
then I break off again. I think. Oh no, I don't. I just tell him to attack it if he wants, and then the Hawk gets it. Let me RTBs.
And he's on final and the server crashes. Well, that was a lot of things.
Oh yeah.
We
said Mako got dicky dude. Got those big 21s.
Like we need a lot more practice with ACM and sorting. I think like maybe during the week we can do some pickups if like I'd be down for that if.
I mean, if you lose visual, you're dead, or you have to spend so much effort and brain power to get back.
Yeah, I mean, ideally, if you lose visual, you're gonna be in roughly parity or winning, like odds dogfight, where you can just go back up to high, and someone can take over for you. You can reset to a defensive position.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so that's if you have a numerical advantage, right?
You have, but if you don't, you're just screwed.
Well, if you don't, you need to just use BFM at that point, and beat the bandit.
But if you don't know where they are,
the good news is the Viper will kinetically defeat outmaneuver everything in this theater by a long shot.
If you're at corner, right? It's super easy if you're 1,000 feet to pull down to 200 knots, and then you're gonna get outrated by a fish bed if it's going fast enough.
That's one thing that might be worth practicing. Even if you're struggling with staying at corner, just practice that. Not even against bandits, but make sure just do or just do dogfight practice against the AI.
Without
see stay at 400 knots in a turn.
Without the hick miss, it'd be nice if there was some sort of when you're staring at the canopy, you've got very little visual reference for your speed. When you're just looking at sky, if there's some sort of vibration or something.
I don't know. For me, holding one crutch for that is holding some commanded G. So setting some G and then holding it there, because your stick position I guess technically it's the amount of force on the stick will command a certain G load, and that should if you're holding, if you're at 400 knots, you should be able to do 7 Gs at a clean jet, right, at low altitude.
Yeah, so I just hold the stick position, but if I don't keep glancing down constantly, I'm going to slowly drift up or below. And if you're not, holding right on it, if you're too low, you're going to pick up weight. Basically, you just have to be constantly checking every 2 or 3 seconds, or you're going to drift 100 knots away.
Well, yeah, glancing back at your HUD is helpful, but also you can notice the rate of turn, right? A 7G turn is you're going to be coming around pretty quickly, and if your angular change, starts to slow down, if you're not moving the nose very quickly, then you can glance back and say, oh shit, I'm slowing down, and unload some.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, it's practice.
Yeah, I don't know. I've just gotten in the habit of having a good visual scan, and part of that scan is the HUD. So I'd look at the HUD every 2 to 3 to 4 seconds anyways, just as a habit. And once you get used to doing that, it's not so bad.